what? Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there.
All right.
And they say yeah. And they say yeah.
I know. Hello, Grand Rapids. Who else is fired up to be here with our next President of the United States, Kamala Harris? So, this past week, I have been traveling on a bus with some of my best buds, like an incredible champion for public education from Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers. And a guy who knows a little something about fixing the damn bridges, the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro. We're doing our Blue Wall bus tour, Michigan. And we've seen so many beautiful cities and towns and met so many people as we are getting fired up for this election, right? So, Michiganders, we know we are part of the Blue Wall, right? And we got to make sure that wall holds, right?
Yes.
Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Our states sent Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to the White House in 2020 and sent Donald Trump packing. And this year we are going to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and send that man from Mar-a-Lago home, right? So I am very excited to be here with my two colleagues from the Blue Wall, but also we are joined by a few others. Because all of these governors on stage with me understand how close this race is going to be. And we are all committed to doing everything we need to win this thing. And they know for Harris-Walz to win, this is ground zero.
That's right.
So please welcome my friend who has raised wages and expanded quality, affordable childcare and brought bagels from New York this morning, Governor Kathy Hochul. My incredible friend and basketball player who cut taxes for working families and lowered the cost of higher education in Massachusetts, Governor Maura Healey. And my friend who fixed the Francis Scott Key Bridge and has delivered on issues from housing to climate, Maryland Governor Wes Moore. So this says how important you are, Michigan. We got 5 governors here. This is a BFD. Now, as governors, we understand how important it is to have a president that has our backs, who fights for the people, all of the people. We represent very different states, but we all have a common purpose: to get things done for the people we represent. And we need strong, stable partners in the White House who will have our backs.
We got that.
Kamala Harris and our colleague from Minnesota, Tim Walz, will work hard to make sure that all of our states are better places to live, work, and invest. They will care about the American people, all of the American people. They have proposed real plans to lower costs, to grow our economy, and to protect our fundamental freedoms. From building 3 million homes to tax relief for 100 million working and middle-class families, to in-home care for seniors on Medicare, to protecting women's, workers, and LGBTQ+ rights. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will fight for us because they've lived lives like ours. They understand what we are going through. Donald Trump doesn't get your life at all, right? You think he's ever rushed out the door to drive carpool? I mean, you guys, he's been chauffeured his whole life. He probably doesn't even have a driver's license. You think he's ever cared for a sick friend in need or made them soup? Donald Trump cares about himself and only about himself, and he will say whatever he thinks he needs to get elected. And as president, he will leave us behind just like he did before. In Michigan, we hear no about his record of broken promises. Donald Trump said he would save American manufacturing. On this issue, like so many others, it was all talk. By the time he left office, Michigan lost more than 280,000 jobs. He said not one auto plant would close. The truth is, 6 closed under Donald Trump's presidency. He even suggested that auto manufacturing move out of the Midwest and down south to non-union states. Now, there is no place in America that understands better than the Midwest that when a factory leaves, it takes a whole lot more with it. It means fewer students in our public schools, fewer first responders, fewer residents, fewer small businesses. All of us, Republicans, independents, and Democrats, want to bring manufacturing jobs back home. After 4 years of Donald Trump's failures, things finally started changing when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris took office. They worked across the aisle to invest in American industry and Midwest workers. Today, there are more auto workers, more factories getting built, more roads getting fixed. Those damn roads, Michiganders. You don't think I hear you cursing me under your breath when you're driving. But Big Gretch has a message for you. You're welcome. It's a thing. Thank you. All right. So, more auto workers, more factories, more roads getting fixed, more affordable places to live, more middle-class jobs than when Trump was president. And when Kamala Harris becomes our next president, she's going to throw it into overdrive, friends. On the other hand, we know that Donald Trump's agenda is to go backwards. It's the same old stuff from the same old guy, right? And we are not going back. Now let me get real with you for a second. I remember very clearly what it was like the last time Donald Trump was in office. And my fellow governors do too. During COVID, he told states like us, when we were desperate for medical supplies, that we had to go find them ourselves. He said to us governors, I am not the nation's shipping clerk, when we were begging for supplies to save lives here in Michigan, in New York, in Illinois, in Louisiana, in all of our states. But at the same time, he was sending supplies to his pal Vladimir Putin. He betrayed us. He betrayed his oath of office. In a second term, it will be worse. Just listen to what he says. He called for the National Guard and the U.S. military to be used against the enemy from within. He's talking about people who don't support him. Between the Supreme Court of the United States and his Project 2025 agenda, he would have unchecked power to do whatever he wants. He called January 6th a day of love. You asked the police officers who were beaten to within an inch of their lives if it was a day of love. We all saw it with our own eyes for what it was, an attempted coup that played out on live TV. As governors who have all faced our own share of crises, we know that tough times reveal your true character. Donald Trump has shown us that he is incapable of handling a crisis. He is a petty man who tells dangerous lies and is always looking for someone else to blame. We don't need that. We need leaders who are going to put politics aside and work together to solve problems. As our next Commander-in-Chief, Kamala Harris, will ask, what do you need? How can I help you? Are you okay? That's what a leader does. A leader rallies the troops to help one another. She is tough, she is tested, and she is ready to hit the ground running and will always be there for Michigan, for Pennsylvania, for New York, for Wisconsin, for Maryland, for every American. U.S.siders are really rambunctious today. I'm digging it. It's great. Both Kamala Harris and Tim Walz embody the values that we teach our children here in the Midwest. You work hard, you tell the truth, and you get shit done. We all play by those rules. She will too, and we deserve a president who plays by the same rules. Now listen, Michigan, we can win this thing, but we need your help. If you're with me, I want you to say, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can you make some phone calls? Hell yeah. Can you knock some doors? Hell yeah. Can you talk to your friends and family? Hell yeah. Are we gonna win this thing? Hell yeah. Let's get it done. Thank you.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere, what they say in Luda's back. Blame it on that contour, the hood call it Luda-yak. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like strippers' booties go. My verses still be serving, tight like a million virgins. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in.